So I have pre-salted and seared off our meat. What is this again?
That's an eye of the round, a good economical cut.
Excellent. So yeah, it was only $4 a pound actually, which is perfect. You don't want to cook it on the grill because it's going to be tough, but it's perfect for slow cooking. So I did it in this here pot, and so what's left is all the yummy caramelized goodness. So I'm going to deglaze this with 1 cup of red wine. Woo! That was loud. 1 cup of red wine. And you want to be careful. So the wine that we use, right? You don't ever want to cook with wine you don't like, and that's really, really important. Next thing going in is the onions. And what we're going to do is let this sort of simmer down. That wine is going to deglaze the pan a little bit, and it's going to get all those yummy, juicy, good bits off the bottom. Turn that up a little bit. And you're not really sauteing the onions, you're just getting them in there because it's going to cook in the oven for about 4 hours. So a couple cloves of garlic that Jonathan chopped up for us. Thank you. He's an amazing sous chef. So while I'm mixing all this together, honey, what have you got?
So we've done some roasted vegetables because you're going to have the oven hot to cook the beef. What we've got is some carrots, radishes, turnips, onions, and butternut squash. And if you haven't tried roasted radishes, you might want to try it. What we find is when the radishes come on in the early summer, they come faster and we can eat them. So
true.
We're looking for additional things to do and came up with roasting them and also pickling them. So,
actually, yeah, your pickled radishes were really good this year.
Yeah.
I thought they were great. I've never had that before or made them.
A little bit of zip.
Right. So I'm going to pop these in the same. So what I've done over here is I added 1 pack of dried onion soup mix, a teaspoon of garlic powder, onion powder, salt, and now I'm going in with 1 cup of beef broth. So if you don't want to use wine, you could use 2 cups of beef broth and it would be perfect. That would be fine. So you can see I've got all of this just sort of in here mixed together. This is in my 30-year-old aluminum pan, who I love. She's my favorite. When we did this this one yesterday, we used one of Jonathan's. What pan did we use of yours?
Oh, it's an old Dansk.
Yeah, it's
Enamel
beautiful,
pot.
like an enamel. You need something that you can bake in the oven. Be really careful not to put anything with plastic handles in the oven. Okay, so I'm going in here with the eye of the round, and as you can see, I browned her all over. She's just gonna nestle down into that little pot of yummy goodness. Pour that in, you don't wanna lose those juices. And I'm gonna pop that in the oven now for about 45 minutes at 400 degrees, 425. And then you turn it down after 45 minutes and you cook it at 325 to 300 for at least 3 hours, maybe 4 hours. And you can test it every 90 to 120 minutes and just see if it's starting to fall apart, because this is what it's supposed to look like.
Absolutely.
Yeah, what you got there?
And you want to let it cool or set for a little bit after you take it out of the oven before you try to cut it. Otherwise, as a slow cook product, it will try to crumble on you.
That's true. Yeah, it's really, really tender and kind of falls apart. But Jonathan plated this very pretty for us, and we made it, like I said, we made it yesterday, and it took about 4 hours total, I'd say. And here's our little taste tester. You get your own fork today.
I do. That's
Yay!
awesome.
So it makes a beautiful gravy. You don't have to add any flour to that. So I like to be as gluten-free as possible.
How is it?
Oh, it's really good.
Mm.
Super easy. Pull all your ingredients together, have your oven preheated, go buy a cheap piece of meat, pork or beef, whatever, and slow cook it. We love to braise here at the farm. We do it all the time. And I'm gonna go in on one of those radishes.
There you go. Do it.
Yum. They're so good. They get kind of a nutty caramelized flavor.
Yeah, definitely ought to try them if you haven't.
Try them.